I was home alone with my grandmother. I was her caretaker, as she'd had a serious stroke a few months before that left her paralyzed on one side and unable to communicate verbally. It was Easter, and my mother and aunt had thrown a dinner party, and both had gone out after leaving a huge mess. It was midnight by then, and I was bone tired, but just starting to clean after putting my Nana to bed. Now, the past week or so, she'd been doing something new. Sometimes when we'd put her to bed, she'd start screaming a few minutes after the lights turned out. And then I'd go in, she'd be sobbing and pulling her hair in fear. Since she couldn't talk, I'd ask her lots of yes or no questions for her to nod at, but I was at a loss for how to guide the conversation. All she'd indicated so far was that, through pointing, there was something in the back, upper corner of her room scaring her. Through reaching for a photograph, it had seemed to have some relationship with her dead parents. Through kissing a crucifix, it had scared the bejesus out of her. She'd never been religious. And through a rather unsettling imitation, it had a really big open mouth. But tonight, she was quiet. So I started on the living room, and as I was starting to put away the stack of towels that belonged in the kitchen, I heard voices. Men's voices, so clear I instantly assumed that it was the remote I just put away. I'd somehow maybe turned on the TV in the dead-bolted room on the far side of the kitchen. So I picked it up and pressed power. Nothing. I walked a few steps closer, and the bathroom, built off the kitchen in such an old house, was now on my left. I had this prickling sensation I used to get a lot as a kid, but I ignored it, as the voice did somehow faded into the sound of water in the pipes. Well, okay, I told myself. I was just overtired. I turned back for the towels, and when I came back, I saw it. These papers on the floor that a moment before were just on the table. I replaced them and went back to get some dishes, and as I passed the bathroom, I saw a small man in a hat dancing in there. By now, I was bullshit, but damn if those dishes didn't need doing. So I shut the bathroom door and brought them in. TV cable on the kitchen floor, from the dead-bolted room, right in the middle for me to see. I put on the table and started scrubbing the dishes. No, sir, I was just tired. No ghosts, no demons, no puckwudgies here. I was humming to show how in control and unconcerned I was. I was scrubbing up to the last casserole dish when I heard 3 quick knocks on the sink bottom, like something was crouching in the cabinet underneath and rapping on it with its knuckles. I picked up the dish and dropped it experimentally to see if I'd caused the echo. I just dropped it a moment before. Pause. Silence. I went back to scrubbing, a little more subdued this time. The cabinet door then swung out, deliberately, hitting my knee twice with a little pulse. Both times. Fuck this dish. I dropped that motherfucker and went back to the living room and repeated the Lord's prayers until the prickly feeling all left. My Nana's room was on the far side of the living room, and I did not want anything near her. She never screamed that night again either. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.